everyone, and welcome back to Velvet Moments. There are countless moments between BTS members that have made fans smile over the years, but every once in a while, a simple statement or quiet gesture resonates so deeply that it reminds everyone why their bond feels so extraordinary. This time it was Jungkook. A short answer. A calm expression. No dramatic speech. Yet somehow his words have touched millions of ARMY around the world. The moment quickly spread across social media, with fans revisiting one particular question that Jungkook answered in his own honest, straightforward way. While many expected a playful response, Jungkook's answer instead reflected something that longtime fans have noticed for years: his unwavering trust in Jimin. And once again the internet couldn't stop talking about it. For anyone who has followed BTS since their early debut years, the connection between Jimin and Jungkook has never been defined by grand declarations. Instead, it has always been built through countless small moments. The way they naturally stand beside each other. The way they instinctively look for each other during concerts. The quiet support during difficult times. The playful teasing. The endless laughter. And perhaps most importantly, the comfort they seem to find simply by being together. This latest discussion among fans began after an old interview resurfaced, bringing back one unforgettable answer from Jungkook. During the interview, Jungkook was presented with a hypothetical question. If he had to choose someone, who would he pick? The situation itself wasn't particularly serious. It was intended to be light-hearted. But Jungkook answered without hesitation. His choice was Jimin. No long explanation. No uncertainty. Just Jimin. For many fans, this wasn't surprising at all. In fact, it felt completely consistent with everything they've witnessed over the past decade. What makes this answer even more emotional is the context surrounding Jungkook's life over the last few years. When the members eventually prepared for their military service, every member had their own path. Some enlisted earlier, others later. Different units, different schedules, different responsibilities. Jungkook had every opportunity to take a different route. Yet one decision stood out among all the others. He chose to enlist together with Jimin. That single decision spoke louder than any interview ever could. Military enlistment is one of the most significant moments in the life of every South Korean man. It means temporarily stepping away from family, friends, career, and the spotlight. For global superstars like BTS, it also meant leaving millions of fans behind for nearly 2 years. It was not a small decision. And despite having various possibilities available, Jungkook voluntarily chose the same timeline as Jimin. Many fans have since reflected on just how meaningful that decision really was. Military life is challenging. Everything changes. Daily routines become strict. Privacy disappears. Comfort zones vanish. Being surrounded by someone you deeply trust can make an enormous difference emotionally. Perhaps Jungkook understood that better than anyone. Among all the people he has met throughout his life, among countless friends, among 7 members who have shared over a decade together. When the moment came to begin one of the biggest chapters of adulthood, he wanted Jimin beside him. One sentence shared repeatedly by ARMY captures the feeling perfectly. He went to one of the most demanding military assignments just to enlist with Jimin. So do you really think he'd answer that question differently? That sentence has spread rapidly across fan communities because it summarizes years of observations into one emotional realization. Sometimes actions explain feelings more clearly than words ever can. Jungkook rarely speaks dramatically about relationships. He's naturally reserved. Instead, he lets his actions speak. And throughout the years, those actions have formed a consistent pattern. Fans began revisiting countless memories. There was the time Jungkook quietly waited backstage while Jimin finished getting ready. Rather than leaving immediately, he stayed nearby until they could walk together. It seemed insignificant at first. But these little habits happen again. And again. There were airport moments, concert rehearsals, award shows, behind-the-scenes documentaries, live broadcasts, travel series. Without planning it, cameras repeatedly captured Jungkook naturally gravitating toward Jimin. Not because anyone instructed him to. Not because fans expected it. Simply because that's where he felt comfortable. Even the members themselves have joked about their closeness. Throughout BTS history, everyone has teased Jimin and Jungkook about spending so much time together. Whether during meals, practice, travel, or simply sitting side by side. Their chemistry has always appeared effortless. That's why Jungkook's recent resurfaced answer didn't feel forced. It felt authentic. ARMY also remembered another important detail. Jimin has often spoken about wanting Jungkook to feel confident. Since their trainee days, Jimin encouraged him constantly. Whenever Jungkook doubted himself, Jimin was there. Whenever Jungkook struggled, Jimin noticed. Whenever Jungkook achieved something new, Jimin celebrated him proudly. Over time, that support became mutual. Jungkook also began expressing admiration for Jimin. He praised Jimin's dedication, his work ethic, his kindness, his professionalism, and perhaps above all, his reliability. Reliability. That may actually be the key to understanding everything. Trust isn't built overnight. It's built through years. Thousands of shared experiences, victories, failures, long practice sessions, exhausting tours, homesickness, pressure, success, criticism, growth. Jimin and Jungkook experienced all of those together. So when Jungkook instinctively chooses Jimin, many fans don't interpret it as merely choosing a favorite member. They see it as choosing the person he trusts most in difficult moments. This became even clearer during military enlistment. The military removes celebrity status. Inside, everyone follows rules. Everyone wears the same uniform. Everyone starts from the same place. Knowing that someone familiar is walking beside you can become an incredible source of emotional strength. That may explain why Jungkook appeared so comfortable entering this completely new environment alongside Jimin. Neither of them was alone. Another reason this story continues touching fans is because neither Jungkook nor Jimin tries to create these moments for publicity. If anything, they're often surprisingly private. Many of the interactions fans cherish happen naturally. A glance, a smile, waiting for one another, walking together, checking if the other has eaten. Small conversations caught accidentally by cameras. These are not carefully scripted fan service moments. They're everyday habits. And perhaps that's exactly why people find them so meaningful. Social media quickly filled with emotional reactions. Some fans wrote, *, he doesn't even need to explain anymore. Others commented, *, actions always speak louder than words. Another popular reaction read, *, whether there are 5 people or 100 people, somehow Jungkook still ends up choosing Jimin. Of course, these comments represent fans' personal interpretations rather than confirmed statements about their relationship. What makes the moment resonate is the consistency between Jungkook's words, his choices, and the friendship that fans have observed over many years. Looking back, perhaps that's what makes BTS so special. The members have never claimed to be perfect. They've argued. They've disagreed. They've grown individually. Yet through every stage of life, they've repeatedly chosen to stay together. Within that larger family, certain friendships naturally became especially close. For Jimin and Jungkook, that closeness has become one of the most recognizable dynamics inside BTS. Not because fans created it, but because years of shared experiences continue reinforcing it. Jungkook's simple answer may have lasted only a few seconds. Yet it reminded ARMY of something much bigger. Real trust doesn't always require emotional speeches. Sometimes it's revealed in the choices people make when no one is forcing them. Choosing the same enlistment timeline. Walking beside someone. Waiting after schedules. Looking for the same person in crowded rooms. Answering one simple interview question without hesitation. Sometimes that's enough. Whether the question involves 5 people or 100 people. For many fans, Jungkook's answer feels unchanged. He chooses the person who has stood beside him through countless memories. The person who shared his journey from nervous teenage trainee to global superstar. The person he trusted enough to begin one of life's biggest challenges together. Jimin. And perhaps that's why this moment continues to move millions of ARMY around the world. Not because it was dramatic. Not because it was carefully planned. But because in its simplicity, it reflected a friendship built over years of loyalty, trust, and unwavering support. As always, only Jimin and Jungkook truly know the full depth of their relationship. Fans can appreciate these moments as examples of their long-standing bond while respecting their privacy and avoiding conclusions beyond what they themselves have shared. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, this is Velvet Moments, and we'll see you in the next video. Purple Heart,